Alright guys, welcome back to QuakeCon 2011, where we're going to be sliding ourselves right into the Team Deathmatch playoffs. And joining me here, of course, we got Too Good. And we're going to be going right into the first game. We've got 4 teams left, single elimination. I think you guys know how it all works by now.
Yep, of course. It's still going to be a best of 3.
Yep.
This microphone maybe a little bit too far away from my mouth. Still going to be a best of 3, so of course, you know, every map just hugely important, maybe more so the first one, just to get that momentum over the other opponent in a best of 3. But of course, the first match we're going to see is going to be Machine versus BallerSsS. So, you know, we've got Machine, which just came off a win over UFX. So we're already going to see the Ice Climbers versus UFX in the next playoff game, which is of course the big kind of American versus European team that we wanted to see, even though I kept saying American versus Europeans in the last game, but that's just who they are to me.
Trying not to get too nationalistic here. Unavoidable at this stage.
Hoping you could be nationalistic saying Europeans, but yeah, certainly this one should be a pretty close game. Obviously everyone's looking at Machine to take it, but at the same time, we saw some great play from BallerSsS versus Ice Climbers. But you know, there are going to be problem areas for this team of BallerSsS. Basically, new maps. I mean, Draven is a fantastic TDM player, and he's actually been out damaging Strengths for a lot of his games. Yep. So Strengths and Draven just really good. So it just depends how are the Russian and the BallerSsS, Cooler and Cypher going to play. That's really what we have to ask from the team of BallerSsS.
Absolutely, and just to make sure you're aware, those names are not correct on your HUD there.
I'm still waiting on a couple of the teams from BallerSsS to be able to get in.
Yeah, actually, they're doing us a bit of a favor by doing this early. There's usually a bit of a break between one and the other, but they understand that, you know, things are kind of tight and we want to get as many games done as possible.
Yep.
And so I appreciate it. So we're going to be having both matches, you guys. I know last night with playoffs and everything, with the dual bracket, some things were staggered, but of course not everything could be. But now we get to see everything.
Yep. And, you know, 2 massive games. Winner of each of them is going to go in the grand finals. They're played tomorrow on the main stage, over where you might have been tuning in to see John Carmack do his key speeches and some other stuff. We haven't been lucky enough, unfortunately, to go over there and listen about source code, etc. with Tech 4. But of course, you know, you'll want to check that out.
Wait, that's actually a topic now?
I don't know.
Back on the table?
I don't know.
Oh.
I don't know.
Oh.
I don't want to spoil.
You're such a troll.
I don't know.
Such a tease.
Yeah, so we'll see. Obviously, we'll be there tomorrow with the grand finals, and the winner of each of these games will make it there. But we'll also be showing the bronze match game. Sorry, there tomorrow as well.
Everything.
So yeah, it's pretty much going to be a really good day of Quake. If you've not had already a pretty good day here with the TDM from groups into our first playoff game.
Excellent.
So Jehar, any predictions on the match at hand?
Oh boy. Just taking a look at things. I mean, we're still looking for ready ups here.
They're in though.
Yeah.
Maybe we should get in game because they're going to ready up pretty soon. I know these.
Let them know.
I do realize that the team of BallerSsS will want to run around this map more, but
I mean, Sparty's really been on his game today, and that goes without saying. And Noctis as well. I mean, we saw several matches where they were not dying at all. And that says something about, of course, their competitors, but also says something about, you know, Avik and Krissa. They've really been, you know, kind of field golding them very well, making sure that they get weapon handoffs and that they have a clear route to the major items, and that has been a baller strategy for them so far.
Yeah, it looks like we're going to be ready
now. The monsters.
Yeah, definitely. I mean, everyone's played a really big role here for every TDM team, and we'll definitely see how these two are gonna, how all the players are gonna play this map. I'm particularly looking over at this one to go all the way in favour of Monstahz, just because of how well Kreiser and Noctis played it last time. Avik not so hot on this map compared to his others, but well, we'll see. So you're in the driving seat, you got the camera, Jehar, and we're going to go live in the playoffs. Monstahz versus BallerSsS. Take us away.
All right, we're going to be watching Sparty out of the gate. Can't think of anybody better to do that with. And we have initial red armor picked up. I'm not entirely sure who got that. It was actually Krissa, who was actually dropping off rocket launcher to Avik. And they're going to be taking some nice angles here. Very good rails, and there's some initial frags as well, taking down Cypher. And actually still having that red armor. It has not been damaged yet, taking no damage, doing a ton of rails up top here on the catwalk.
Yeah, and Avic's going to get that red armor as well, so he's going to be real healthy for the first power-up attacks. They're not. We don't know when they're spawning yet, but of course they will be up soon. Going to spawn within the first minute.
Nice little break off by Krista to do some extra damage along the flank as the other two players make that major push, and that'll be tying it back up just within the first minute. So no clear edge so far, but of course it all comes down to that first quad run.
Yeah, but definitely more weapons in favor of the team of Monstahz. I think they have 2 railguns in the works, and Sparty's actually using that railgun. You just saw there, he's actually picked up 2 kills with the railgun all by himself to pick up the battle suit. He's going to have that now in hand. Quad also being taken, not sure who's got that, but Jehar, yeah, Avic going to take the quad, and he's going to move into the center of the map. Going to find himself the battle suit, not going to... think, you know, not going to need.
Be in right now.
Yeah, definitely. Not going to almost need for him to be there, but either way, it's just a bit of a massacre onto the team of Monstahz right now.
And we have
onto the team of Ballers.
Moving into that room, but not really paying attention to the big glowing blue guy. And that is something he really enjoyed. A lot of LG damage, a lot of plasma, and pulled off several significant frags, and most importantly, held on to control
Ballers
of the
have
red armor
nothing.
platform.
Yeah, Ballers have nothing. They're actually over by the the battlesuit area, and they're actually all stuck in there without weapons. They've just handed off 1 plasma gun, and they're going to have to run up against so many railguns now. You can already see Noctis takes down 1 with a railgun. He's at the top level. Cypher gets killed by Noctis with that one as well. We're watching Avic down the bottom. Still, you can see the rails coming in from Noctis, and it's just a death pit. But you know, of course, they have to get out of the corner. They have to get involved. But so far, it's hurting them so bad after losing out both power-ups on the last run. So we'll see if you know, the aim and the kind of finesse that they have over with the team of Ballers is going to be enough to make the map a little bit messier, where they can get involved as Mega goes towards Monstahz.
And that was 3 players on Monsters being dropped down to the bottom tier, so they're going to have to make a push to get back up on red armor, but they have the weapons. It's not going to be that big of a deal. Yeah, it was a little bit of latency, but also a big opportunity for Ballers to kind of set back up in the rest of the map and make sure that their positioning is solid. That being said, who has a rocket launcher, who doesn't? Cooler has a frag on that, and they're actually pulling it back together a little bit with power-ups coming up in 8 seconds. It's going to be big.
I feel it's going to hurt them still, though, because Noctis is probably going to take the quad. He's probably been stacking up over by the RA, and there he is. He's going to take the quad. He's even going to get himself on the Mega. Picks up 2 big frags, and despite not being able to obviously take the battle suit as well, I'm not sure who managed to pick that up.
That was Cypher.
Yeah, still, Noctis going to take another red armor, and this is the tactic of this team, Monstahz. It definitely looks a little bit more defined here against a team that isn't being able to challenge them so much.
Absolutely.
It's basically get the red, drop from Mega, back up to red, and Noctis goes into the center of the map, finds himself Cypher with the battle suit, and that will run out as course. Cypher did get himself the kill. Kryder going to pick up Draven with the railgun shot, and now we actually have a decent contest for this red armor, but Avic going to shut it down.
Absolutely, and Noctis still doing a ton of damage post-quad. Hasn't died yet, still holding on to plenty of armor, and coming back through these teleporters, really taking these guys out, you know. No more rail for Ballers.
Oh my god, Noctis just hitting almost everything there, only missing the last railgun shot. Going to clean that one up with a rail to rocket combo, and just huge damage here from Noctis. He's currently up at 2.6k damage as he hits another railgun. And going to replenish his ammo with that rocket launcher pickup, but still we see that the team of Ballers struggling to get a game plan, struggling to kind of bring their team together to, you know, do something useful. And the problem is with the red armor and Mega in this area, it's kind of easy to secure the quad prior to its spawning, maybe more so than Battlesuit, since the defensive team will normally play off Battlesuit more than the quad. You know, with the red armor team wanting to control Mega and of course that railgun area. So it does seem that this could go from bad to worse, but it is only a 29 frag difference. I say only. We might actually see a mercy game here where if there's 100 frags difference after 10 minutes, the match is all automatically ended. And I got a feeling we might actually see that.
Really? Okay. Well,
on this map in particular.
The way things are going, yes. I mean, hopefully Ballers can kind of change their pace a little bit. And we've got Avic on the power suit, and we've got Noctis on quad. And again, if I were a BallerSsS player, I would not want this guy to be handling the quad. And he's picking a really solid position. You know, he's not just skirting around the map, wandering around looking for random frags to fall into his map. He's got a plan. Once he has that quad, he's heading back towards red armor. Now he's just doing the runs. He has players spawning up in front of him. They're going to be weak. He's going to be taking them down. No more weapons for BallerSsS.
Yeah, 18 net right now for Noctis with a score of 22.
Jeez.
So do the math on that one. And of course, Avec very nicely taking that battle suit. We can call it a power suit if you want, Jehar. And then, of course, dying shortly afterwards. So Noctis basically had a really nice clean run, and once again takes his position, you know, kind of king of the hill really on this map, as he's up normally by the red railing down. Going to run out of railgun ammo, looking to take the mega. Red's been up on this platform for a little too long, I feel. Maybe that, you know, it could have been stolen away. It literally has been there for a good 15 seconds, and finally Noctis is going to find it himself. So not just being a monster for the team of...
I mean, right now it looks like BallerSsS is trying to figure out how much MGSS it takes to take down Noctis, and it might take more than 20 minutes to find that out.
It's just one big frag movie right now for Noctis.
Alright, but up top, he's looking for more targets to come through mid-map, looking for that shotgun to be a piece of bait, running back into Havoc, but dropping off a rocket launcher. You know, he's giving up an item. He has still a very, very strong stack, and he's making sure that other players, when they move back through the flanks of the map, have something to bring to the fight as well. So 71 to 29, make that 30 actually, as Cypher takes down Sparty with a bit of plasma. Noctis is back on point, back to make the pain happen down below in the mid-room.
Yeah, and also Noctis has done over 5k damage in 6 minutes, and if he carries on like this, he's going to be, you know, in excess of 15,000 damage, you know, on average. So we'll see if he's able to kind of do that. That would be a crazy amount of damage. Most of these guys, you know, have a hard time hitting 10k at a professional level, but Noctis on track to hit 15k or more damage. He's got Draven with a battle suit down center. Mega's not spawning for a while, and Noctis basically has a better time on it. Nice kill on the battle suit, switches to railgun, picks up another, gonna deny this RA from the enemy team of BallerSsS, and he's just running the map single-handedly. He is literally, it is Noctis versus the world. It's disgusting to see, because he's just looping his control, and he doesn't, you know, his team don't even need to be in these key areas, because it's a one-man army. It's Noctis just destroying, and you know, until he like gets a bit unlucky and maybe eats a grenade or something like that from strength.
There we go.
I'm sorry, from Sparty.
Havoc helping him out though. It's always nice to have a wingman. Right now, a little bit light on the LG ammo, but nobody showed up to the last quad. He was the only one there. He was the only man making that party happen. Now Cypher's making a bid for it, but this isn't really the best position to be playing at it. Noctis is down on armor. This is the weakest we've seen him for a while, however. So picking up more LG ammo, he's going to be back on point. Wanted to make that initial rail happen, and these are like the first rails we've seen in a while really missing from Noctis. Like right now, he's got 64% accuracy.
I think it was a brilliant rail that he looked for, stopping that player getting on a rocket launcher, and it won his team the red. Basically, you know, the team of BallerSsS haven't had enough like vision on Mega and the red armor that they've been able to actually, you know, figure out when they can stay there. And I actually think Noctis got railed in the back, actually moving across middle map by his teammate, but doesn't matter. He's back on red armor. It's Noctis armor, and it's spawning now.
Noctis is going to be able to pull away the next red armor. We have 15 seconds before everything comes up. I mean, mega health included. And so that'll be a bit of a fight, but the question is, who is going to be challenging Noctis for quad? He's been a little bit weaker. I mean, that red armor is obviously going to be helping, but he's fraggable at this point by the numbers, but Noctis doesn't care about numbers. He's going to be picking up the next quad. Power armor is going to be going to... Battlesuit is going to be going to Cooler, actually. Yeah, he actually missed out on Mega as well, so that double red armor is going to be hugely important for Noctis. He's most likely going to be able to pick up the win here over Cooler, and there it is. And dropping down by himself would have been doom with that lightning gun, but he had a wingman, and now the frag movie continues.
Yeah, and Noctis, if anybody wants to know, is 6.9k damage, so you know, he's falling a little bit behind. I am a little bit upset. If he gets up to 7.5, you know, by next 20 seconds from 7.2, he's still on for 15k.
You want a nice normal, you know, like gradient curve of damage here?
Yeah.
Alright, cool. Statistics there. Alright, but Cypher's going to be facing down Noctis in the corner. He decides he doesn't want to do that. And look at this, Noctis is even realizing, okay, they're all guarding this room. I mean, it's like the last room that they have left, and pushing in there is not going to be all that... Okay. And it's not going to be something that Noctis really wants to be pushing in for. So he's not going to worry about it because they're not worried about red armor, and they should be.
Yep, and do apologise if you've got any lag. You're watching at home. I know some of you are talking about that, and I heard something in my ear, so hopefully it works for more of you sooner rather than later. But anyway, back to Noctis. Actually going to look from the challenge a little bit over by the BallerSsS in the LG area. Just going to back away. Needs to, he hasn't got like much ammo to his key weapons, which I would say is the LG and railgun, and doesn't take the red armor yet. Probably will take it, and he'll hopefully get something more than what he's got to have some fun. And there's 2 nice ammo packs of lightning gun, up to 101 now, and with quad and BallerSsS spawning soon.
Look at this, he's sitting on quad for 5
seconds,
and nobody else is there.
Yeah, but that's because they have to get BallerSsS. They cannot even afford to send one person to go for quad, and Noctis picks it up again. He's got 2 fighting with machine guns, trying to do damage, and Cooler gonna come in and take out the kill, and they say owned because Noctis is 46 score and 41 net. So, you know, there it is. They get the kill.
Ballers may not be winning the map, but they just won the game that they've been playing for the past 10 minutes, and that game is somebody kill Noctis, please. Yeah,
and he's deserved all the attention that we gave him on the stream. You know, he played that one brilliantly, and that's how he loves to play TDM, just constant control, you know, constant, you know, just destroying everybody. And even if his teammates aren't there, it's kind of like one man controls all the major items and hits all the major shots, and then 3 of them pick up, you know, whatever else is happening. You know, they challenge the middle. You know, they're not meant to get as high as net as Noctis. They're not meant to look as good as Noctis, but they're just as important. And that is definitely what they've been allowed to do on this map, just because of greater team play than Ballers. Because Ballers, you know, really, you know, they've had like, you know, Cypher hitting some nice shots, Cooler definitely getting involved on the power-ups, Draven and Strengths actually, you know, the guys that actually know the map, have the largest minus nets. Cooler and Cypher has never played it, so that's an interesting turn of scoreline on the net at least.
And they're really not finding beneficial groove to fall into with running their battle suits. They really need to convert that over to red armor being picked up, obviously, but Draven right now is going to be finding Havoc spawning up, looking for, taking actually a bit of damage and heading back over towards what is becoming home for these guys, sadly enough. I mean, yes, you're going to be able to get the battle suit out of that, but other than that, you're not going to be having a ton of rail, not a ton of LG. But we've actually got Krissa this time on quad. It's going to be shut down fairly quickly, but I think at this point it's all gravy. We're 13 minutes into the match, and we're looking at 132 against 63. A comeback would be unprecedented, of course.
And just to give you an idea of how these red armors have been going, finally, oh no, double 2 grenades actually took off Cypher there. I know you're with Cooler in a moment, but actually they did win this red armor. So finally, if Strengths picks up this red, that's the 3rd red armor that the team of Ballers have taken. And is he going to get it? No, he's not. No. Noctis will deny the red armor, and Ballers have only been able to pick up 2 reds the whole game.
Well, right now we're going to be turning the camera to Strengths for a little bit. He's finally going to be shoved in the corner by Sparty, who's trying to play things a little bit Counter-Strike style, hide behind some of the crates for just a little bit with 5 rockets left to his name. But as people leave that arena, everything's going to be about making sure that red armor is covered, and I think he's going to be leaving it up to Noctis and going out looking for more frags, looking for more easy pickings, and he's going to have to share them with Noctis. It's like, can we frag too, Noctis? Is that okay with you? You have to ask permission. But they're getting a bit of aggression on the red armor platform. Problem is, red armor's not available, so Sparty's just going to be moving on and pulling more frags. I mean, Sparty has had several games himself where he's been, along with Noctis, not dying and just picking up frag after frag after frag. So finally taken down by Krissa, who has railgun and rocket launcher to his name.
Oh, yep. Yeah, and in the center of the map, it's going to get actually a little bit better for Ballers here. If they did win a red armor, and you can see Cypher there throwing in some rails, but Sparty comes through the teleporter, plasma gun, he gets one, gets the second with the rail, and then finally
pulls it on back.
It gets shut down, so nicely done. But Cypher at least was getting involved, and they did get themselves that red armor, and Quad is definitely not looking as healthy as it was for Noctis prior to this, so they found some momentum, Ballers, but who knows how much, as Kryzer with the quad gets himself a gauntlet kill.
Yes.
Oh my god.
Chris is being thrown some action here. Diving down full railgun. Chris is going to be coming back through teleporter, looking for some more targets in the center map. Whipping a few rails. In fact, let's take a look here. 53% railgun accuracy, not shabby at all. But center map is going to be, you know, a trickle effect right now. Missing that last one on Draven. Draven's actually pulling him down at the last second. Question is, where does he move next? And that's always been the thing. Like, we see these token frags by ballers, but where do they move after that? We're seeing a bit of stagnant movement as far as they're not really sure where they want to be. They're not really sure how they want to change up their positioning.
Yep, but we do have a decent amount of damage coming in from the Ballers team now. It's not easy for this, the team of Monstahz to just hold a complete control on the map. And actually, some more frags going back in their favor. Strength picks up a railgun kill. Not just going to nullify him. And Kula will get his, but also you must have taken that red armor a little bit earlier. And look at them, they are on that mega, so it has been taken by Ballers. They've actually got the control, almost.
They can take down Noctis right here. That would be a start. Yeah,
but they have, and they've pretty much got the situation that Monstahz had the whole time. But we'll just see if they can use it in the same way. I personally don't think they have the experience as a team to do so.
Or the
and they've also been already a little bit too defensive over by the red, despite winning it. So they've Sparty, nicely done. But it's a little too late. But let's just see what they can do. As Sparty goes back-to-back rails and looking to hit one more onto Draven, needs one more to kill him, hits it.
Just stay on the Draven, it'll be okay.
Yeah, and Sparty really nice flick railguns here.
Absolutely. So coming back into the battlesuit room, we have Quad and battlesuit coming back up. We're going to have Avic on it. So a bit of a trade as far as the items go. But here's the thing: Quad is dead. Quad is nothing, and Monstahz has that battlesuit. So it's going to be Avic on it, getting LG down on Cooler, taking a rocket to the face, but he's still got a bit of armor to work with, so he's going to be just looking for more blood, looking for more targets. And not really fighting them, but again, they don't have to be all that concerned. Right now it's just about avoiding that mercy limit for Ballers, I believe.
Yeah,
we're going to have to see how they do in the next map.
I mean, the mercy limit is actually, it's doable for them to hit before the 20-minute mark, because it's, if they were at 191, they would be there. So it's only like 15 frags or so to actually do it, and they're definitely going to get a few more as Avic does pick up Cooler. And there goes another one in the favor of Monstahz. And Draven gets flicked up, does get taken down, but they do lose one of their own there. But Avic does need to get some red armor, or at least some armor, picks up the green. Going to leave the LG area to pick up some ammo, and he is timing this mega. That's going to be in the hands of him. And I'm sure he's going to utilize that to get even closer to the mercy limit, which is now only 9 away. Now 10, so 10 frags in if they can extend their lead by 10 frags, I personally think they do it. And
I think it's definitely in the cards. Draven is going to be dropping down here, trying to prevent that a little bit. He's got 2 players up top. One's coming down with Gauntlet, other one coming down with Machine Gun. Either way, he's going to be taking them both down. And look at this, he's got Krista on the back, on the run. Even Noctis doesn't quite realize until Draven throws off that first rocket. So we're back on Noctis cam. And actually, Strengths is going to be taking him down. Strengths has been having a lot of really clutch plays as far as killing Quad Carrier. Haven't seen as much of that in this map. Maybe he's just hasn't played it as much as deep inside in maps of that nature. Yeah,
well, I do believe that we won't be having a mercy limit now, which is when you get 100 frags ahead. So yeah, definitely well played from Ballers to bring it back a little bit. We are going to have the power-ups to see who can get a hold of those. Avic is going to get himself the battle suit. Doesn't have too much to his name. Strength's going to get himself the quad machine gun, but he is going to go down. Avic got himself a little bit more LG ammo before getting into the room, and that allowed him to kill the quad. So nicely done by Avic. And well, maybe we will see it, but I don't think so. Smarty takes down Strengths with the pummel.
Yeah, this is essentially just icing on the cake. It's pretty much GG and moving into the next map in the next 30 seconds. So 195 to 110. Avic just pulling off a few kills, but that quad, I mean, it was a grab by Ballers, yes, but there was no red armor behind it.
Nope, and just
there was no weapons behind it. Yeah, your quad carrier's got machine gun, which is...
That's still a good pickup most of the time. It's just the fact that Avic came in, blasting through the doors down to the bottom.
The timing was immediate.
Yep. So well done from Avic to nullify that. But I still think well done from Ballers to actually adapt a little bit on this map and start actually getting back into it. But still, just having to learn the map on the fly, it seems. They had no chance. So basically, Ballers, in my opinion, coming into this match, just basically said we are 1-0 down because our whole team isn't ready for this this map.
And that last quad run by BallerSsS, that was actually the longest quad run they had, I think. They have a total of 3 seconds on quad with 2 pickups.
Yep.
Do the math.
They got 9 reds though, and they only had 2 for about 15 minutes. But Noctis did hit 12k damage. A little bit disappointed in Noctis. And you can even click statistics and have a bit of a more breakdown, but it's gone. But yeah, Noctis 12k damage. Didn't get to 15, so you know I won't be getting any autographs signed by him.
Well, you could, you know, turn him into a little voodoo doll or something. If you just wanted to be spiteful.
Good. Oh, Hidden Fortress. Yeah, this is definitely a map that
What's your take on this map? We've been talking about this a lot. It's a port from the Dreamcast, where kind of the fact that using a thumbstick means that it has to be very circular. You can't have any real dead ends where players have to do too much rotation. And Greece at least believes that it has some detrimental effects to the gameplay.
Yeah, but you guys do generally just talk a lot of rubbish here on stage, don't you? So
yeah. Well, we have a lot of downtime. I mean, that's just the way it works.
Okay.
It's Quake. There's not immediate, like, game. I wish it was.
I think the map's quite nice. I like, there's lots of different ways to play it. Everyone has a different style. I mean, you know, obviously the LG, Mega, and Yellow Armor Room, hugely important, one factor. Second important factor, getting on top of the reds. Third important factor is getting a railgun and getting away cleanly. That's the 3 factors you got to Quake to. If you can do 2 of those, you're winning. If you can do 3 of those, you're destroying. You know, like constantly. If not, you're just trading, and whoever's playing better will eventually walk away with it. And of course, the quads are probably the 4th factor.
Amen to
and you know, whoever can get those and utilize them will win. You know, the access to the LG and Yellow Armor Room. So here we go. We're already live.
We are live, and we're going to be watching Cooler. And he got that first red armor, but you can see that everybody picked up on that and wanted to shut him down. So it's going to be a very quick 3-3 off the first 20 seconds. So Strengths with railgun in hand. It's not going to quite have the ideal range or angle for taking out Smarty. So switching back over to MG is going to be able to get it with 24 health left. What's going to be there on the other side of that teleporter? Well, fortunately, teammates down below, so that this quad room is essentially in the name of BallerSsS.
Yeah, it is right now, but we do not know when it's going to spawn, and already we do have
and he needed more than the railgun. Like, if the teammate was going to come around the corner with a weapon, railgun wasn't ideal.
Yeah, and Strengths from BallerSsS will be taken out, so that quad is completely nullified. Currently with Sparty working the shotgun, railgun from the top range, going to take down Draven. Nice rail, going to be covering that shotgun area, and going to have to look for some health here. Going to drop on the 50, but has to be careful. Oh, and I think, not even sure if it was Avec that killed him or not, but maybe it was Draven, but then Avec did, you know, at least avenge the situation and get a kill of his own. But just checking over here by the yellow room with the lightning gun. It actually looks really good right now for BallerSsS, I've got to say. They seem like they're in position and they've got guns, and Avec's the only one that's actually going to be able to stop that. So well done from Avec picking up that kill.
Yeah, so far they're playing as if they've played the map before.
Yep, looks good.
So holding down wire room a bit and getting that LG grab. Avec is going to be moving over towards the teleporter platform. Draven's down below. He's fresh spawn, and he's going to be way too fresh. And that red armor, of course, always a risky place to be. Avec had a great angle for just doing a bunch of damage. Maybe didn't burn off a lot of that red armor if it was pre-grab, but he's got YA of his own, and moving down towards Mega, they should have a very good way to move cleanly between here and the upper platforms.
Yeah, red armor is pretty much, you know, that's where you're going to find the BallerSsS. And of course, right now the yellow armor and what they're going to work with is going to be Machine. We've got Avec trying to push out a little bit, going up against the railgun. Gets hit almost, I think it was once or twice, definitely once at least, almost gets hit by the explosion of his own grenade, but moved off, and Strengths gets a couple of nice kills. So we've got Mega spawning soon. And Kry's going to get the kill,
rocket.
And he's going to be able to get the Mega as well.
Absolutely, and it's rockets like that that can really help solidify things for Monstahz here, and it's actually, again, from the start, a very close game, and more importantly, we haven't seen an immediate winner on this. Chris is actually really wanting to push in on this quad, has, Draven there ready with the rail, and he also has a shotgun, so he is ready to go on this quad run. 2 up so far. Avec of the spawn is going to be taking him on down. Was that with machine gun? Yeah, just that one last rail made him MG-able.
Yeah, and I've got to give some credit here to Cooler. Just prior to that quad, he actually hit quite a few crucial railguns and actually got a few kills. So that quad definitely got helped into the hands of ballers from Cooler. Cooler is actually working the railgun at the moment. I know we're with Avec, but coming through the teleporter might have been Cooler. Avec gonna gauntlet Cypher. There's the second one.
He doesn't need anything. He waited for that railgun and said, "All right, screw it. I'll just walk up and punch you." Yeah, that's his general philosophy to life.
If anybody wondering how good Strength's LG is right now, he's hit 6%. So it's on form. Make that 32.
He's on par, yeah. Noctis is going to be pulling away a beautiful rail here, taking down the aforementioned Strengths. We've got one rail up for him, but in the YLG room, they weren't aware of him. Hopped right over them, took them both down, and we've got teammates coming in for the grab of both Yellow Armor and Lightning Gun. So Noctis really hoping to secure these locations, and he's just going to be rinsing and repeating right now.
Yeah, Mega went in the hands of Avec, so that Mega has gone to Avec, and you can see him there just picking up that fight. Probably has taken down Cypher, so the room will stay in control of them. So just a little bit more control, you know, on that room from the team of Machine has made the difference. They are extending their frag lead just little by little, almost up to 10 of a difference as Cypher gets the kill with the shotgun. Cries are going to come in with the rail, going to back out, but hits another one. There comes a second as well. And Cooler's going to come in, steal that one away, and try and do the same, and he does do so, and gets away with 3 health. Misses the shot onto Smarty.
Where did the armors and the hells go? Like, I'm going through ballers right now, and none of them are very stacked up. They've got nothing.
This red armor is, wherever that goes, you know, great. I'm not sure who's fighting for it in the center, but, of course, it might even be available for the quad runner, which is going to be Sparty, and that is going to be huge for Machine.
Absolutely. So Sparty is going to be pulling off one on Draven before heading back through Teleporter. Question is, where is the rest of the team going to corral? I mean, this map really does encourage quad runs because it is literally a circle. You can just...
Yep, and that's exactly what Sparty's showing us. Takes down 1, 2, and 3. There's a 4th, and the whole team now has gone down. The ballers. There's 5. And Sparty can even stay for the red armor if he wanted to, but I do believe it got stolen there by ballers. So that's not the best situation. Cypher takes the LG off Sparty. No red for him. He's just going to hold center room, and rightfully so, get himself some kills. And wow, look at that Machine just come out of nowhere. 3 of them in the center room, and they're going to be looking to maybe take the railgun and also get the red. So let's see if they can, because it does look like the ballers have got the yellow armor area.
Right, but Krysa and I believe Sparty are looking for a way in on the Lightning Gun room. Cooler says no, quite definitively, but here comes Avec from down below, and he's going to be able to get the frag. He's actually got quite a bit of that Mega left on over, so maybe Strengths can pull him down, but there we go, Noctis to the rescue, but a little bit late perhaps, and Draven is just going to be able to pull down everybody, but Krysa, even only leaving him with 50 health, I mean, that's not going to be able to...
Draven did so good there, but this is the big comeback chance. This is the big play that the first one we've really seen from ballers. They're really working this room hard, and you can see how much Machine don't want ballers to have this room. They're rushing in, and they're dying constantly. Mega's been up for a little bit too long, in my opinion. Someone needs to get on that, because no one's on it. It's been up for a good 10 seconds, and they're all like thinking about the RA.
That's how you get it.
Draven just takes it, and of course now we've got quad spawning in about 10 seconds time. Who's ready for it? Who took the RA? Well, I'll find out. It was
10 seconds, 9 frags apart. Cooler's on position for it, but he's got no armor, no health, and Avec's going to be able to take him down.
Strengths and Noctis have armor.
Here we go. Strengths is going to be on it, and
Noctis.
This is going to be it. Noctis taken on down for his first frag, but Strengths is very, very weak right now. 11 health, he's got to be very careful. Got to make sure that his partners in crime, you know, move for an area first, kind of distract some fire. But waiting around the corner, I'm kind of... Was that a shotgun shot?
Yeah, but you did. Noctis actually, if you didn't see, Noctis rocket jumped up to quad, and that's how he got the rocket shots behind onto Strength. And then, so from all that damage, he came back in and got the counter kill. But actually, Noctis failed his first rocket jump up to the quad platform. Had he have made the first rocket jump up, he would have actually had more armor than Strength, got the quad and destroyed him. So Noctis, you know, a little bit of a mistake not to be able to make that rocket jump, but still nullified quad and, you know, took down Strengths. But of course now it's all about who has the rooms, and we can confirm that the room of Yellow and LG has gone in favor of the team of Machine, and you can see that their frags are extending ever so slightly because of it.
Wow.
Nicely done by Strengths there. But we have to see. It looks like they're going to get involved. Strengths going to move in. And he finds no one right now. It's because they're going to be heading around back in after sweeping up some items. So not looking great so far, but we'll see what they can do. And I think that these teams, especially Ballers, need to be on top of the mega timing a little bit more. I know Draven was there last time. Let's see if he can do it this time.
Absolutely. That last quad was the big opportunity for Ballers. If they don't get this next one, they're going to be facing a bit of trouble. But again, we're 8 minutes in. Things are very clean. Things are very tight. It's only 17 frags apart. And Noctis needs to not be running into teammates. I mean, they got a clean grab of that red armor, but the exit of red armor is crucial in this map. And if you don't make it quickly, you're going to get shut down.
Yep, and we've got quad coming up real soon. Avec is the best player to take quad for his team right now, so he needs to make his way in there. Cooler's defending it versus Noctis. If Cooler can hit these railgun shots onto Avec, then that's great, but even delaying Avec a little bit is good. Avic's going to be pushing in. He's going to try and get Cooler. He kills him. He takes down Cooler, takes the quad. He's got a plasma gun. He's taking so much damage, and wow, Avec does go down, but well done from Cooler. Good defense. Well done from Avec for taking it, but you know, that's really, you know, that could have been such a bad situation had Avec got a clean quad and got out of there. So props once again to Cooler. He's made a pretty couple of big plays, and now we see who's going to fight over for the LG yellow room. It is going to be we are with Noctis, and it is of course going to be Machine. And once again, that's not what Ballers want, but they're playing a very tight, close game. So, you know, I'm surprised to see it so close, actually.
Yeah, Noctis has to play his positions a little bit more carefully here, so he's spending less time roaming the map and kind of sweeping and looking for those free frags. But right now, keeping control of Lightning Gun and Yellow Armor, of course, is going to be absolutely vital. And with the game being this close, I really don't blame him for playing this thing a little bit more conservatively than he did last map. And really spamming off a lot of these corners. He doesn't have a railgun. That's really going to be preventing him from playing that position as effectively as he could. But moving back into middle room, we have red armor coming up in 6 seconds, and he's going to be leaving it in favor of yellow armor for the moment. But look at this, a 3-man push through. Strengths is going to be taking LG to the face, and a beautiful, excellent award there for Noctis in order to take down that frag. And another sweet, sweet rail. That would have been nice to have that follow-up. But
Draven will do that, yeah. Draven actually got pretty stacked on the red armor, so well done for him to take it down Noctis and Kreiser. Sparty, good counter kill. It's actually Avec now with the railgun. So red armor's going to be spawning soon. Avec probably will want to stay here. It does look like they will be able to get this. Got to be slightly concerned about what's going on over in the LG room, but of course just hitting back-to-back railguns. Avec making it look so easy. They clean it up, and Mega's up soon.
Over a room.
Yeah, and if he can get Mega as well, that'd be brilliant. Got to be worried about not to die here, and he's actually going to go down. Nice rail by Cooler.
Did he switch away at the last second? I don't think he did.
Here comes Quad.
Alright, here we go, and it's a clean grab by Noctis, one of the first clean grabs we've seen in a long time. He's got shotgun, he's got lightning gun, but look at that rail from up top. He's going to be shut on down. Draven coming from behind, and nobody else got the memo on him being there. He just did a clean sweep, and that was a preventative action by Ballers, but really they need some quad of their own.
Yeah, and I just feel like the emphasis that the team of Machine are putting on that LG room is what's winning them the game. I mean, Draven is very heavily orientated on the red armor. That's great. Cooler has actually been railing quite a lot this game. That's good too. But then, you know, it just leaves two of the other players, Cypher and Strengths, to kind of challenge, and it's more or less just been Strengths. So it feels like they are constantly giving away this room. As you can see, Avec as well taking back-to-back shotguns. There comes a third, and it all spawns out of that room. Finally goes down, and you know, it's just they're fighting their way in, and it's going to hurt against, you know, because even if they take down Avec, you know, they got Noctis to go through, Kreiser in there as well, and you know, Sparty looking like he's holding strong, and that's exactly what he's doing. 3 railguns, one more, there's a 4. And you can see that, you can see how well they kind of, you know, come to this room after spawns, and you always see that whenever one of them takes a fight, they always have backup, and that's really the difference. And so
TDM.
Yeah, well, Ballers need to really get a quad, a really good quad, and actually take this room back and start using it in their favor. Or they could maybe boycott it completely, but that would still be very difficult. Yeah, unless they had 2 really strong.
In one respect, they're kind of beating their head against the wall here, you know.
Yeah, but that's what they need to do, and they've actually got in and they've actually got in and taken the room. But it's more about who can defend it now. Can they defend it? Mega was taken. I don't think it was taken by them. No, it wasn't. It was taken by the team of Machine. So Ballers have the room but get nothing from it, and this could really hurt them because Quad is going to spawn. I don't think they're healthy at all. I think it's going to go into the favor of Machine. So let's see if it is going to be, and it is Avec. And look at that, 160, because he was the guy that stole away the Mega, and now I think it's game over, even if it's like this early to call it, but we'll find out. 2 kills, there's a third, wins back the room.
And moves through it, doesn't care about the room. Actually, it's like, I got bigger fish to fry. And that's going to be 7 frags on the quad counter at the moment. Avic is going to be looking for more, fleshing through low, grabbing a mega hold is going to be very free at all. Coming back into LG room, Cypher. We saw Cypher like trying to decide where he wanted to be. He was really low on health. He didn't want to give up the lightning gun, but he knew that even if he did grab lightning gun, there was going to be too much to do with it.
Cooler gets LG so bad that he pushes himself too close to the wall and actually kills himself. But that was a 7 to 8 frag quad run from Avic, and the reason it was so easy for him to do that is because they overly challenged to take the LG room prior to quad, and that's stupid.
And
they just and there was nothing there to gain apart from, you know, unless they took the mega. So pretty bad tactical decision from the team of Ballers, and it has hurt them quite a lot, but they aren't out of it yet. Still 25 frags in it, but they're going to really need to step up their game. And so far, you know, the man doing a lot for them is Draven, but he has been playing quite heavy on the red, so of course he should have been doing really well for them, taking probably more reds than others right now. And we are with strengths. He's got himself a red armor, going to go head to head with Noctis, looking to win that one, nicely won, looking to drop down onto the health there. Wasn't up, but he did shoot a good rocket onto Kreiser, but eventually went down. And of course 30 seconds left to the quad. We've got one more red.
Not well prepped for it. I mean, that's actually going to be good that he can respawn at this point at 20 seconds before the grab, but Avic is going to be trying to shut down red armor carrier. That's actually going to be Noctis taking down Cypher once again there. Kreiser back in the lightning gun room, moving on through, not really finding a lot of targets, but again, a little bit light on weapons, shotgun and rockets, yes, but that lightning gun is going to be something that they need.
Yeah, and they've done really well here on the quad. They've actually got a Cooler on it. He needs to stand for a couple more seconds. He does do so, but gets taken out by Kreiser, who sneaks around the corner with a rocket launcher. And Cooler, you know, and his team, despite really investing into that quad, come out with pretty much nothing. But it does mean the map is slightly up in the air. We do see Cypher already over onto the LG area, and they actually have strength here with 100 health and 70. He's going up against Free. Oh, and he gets shut down by a rocket. Cypher, though, does hold the room, but he's got hardly any health. Yeah, Mega's been taken. So that was Mega, and Avic takes Mega, takes the kill, and the room is back in control of Machine. And once again, looking pretty grim, despite, you know, they managed to hold on for a long time. Well done, Strengths, to get that, but of course he's hurt as well.
Absolutely. So 17 health left for him. Fortunately, he's got backup to hold down this room, but they got to watch out from behind. Strengths is in a good position to use his LG effectively, and right now he doesn't really care about who he uses his own. And so that's going to be a rail from Sparty to take him down, and this is going to be another move. I mean, they're doing damage, letting Ballers get inside the LG room, and then just flushing them out, and it's like ding, ding, ding. You can count the 3 frags just about every time. So we're coming up on the final 4 minutes here, 183 to 156. We very well may be seeing scores. Really, Sparty? Really? Take that grenade launcher away from him. I don't think he's licensed.
Maybe. Sorry, I was actually watching some of the other guys on the side of the map, and I just realized that Cooler's got pretty healthy, and he's actually being able to defend this LG room. And
that's good.
And this is, and look at the frag differences now. It was 30, it's almost down to 20. Oh, Kreiser comes in with some great shotgun work. Draven gonna get taken down as well. But still, you know, it does look like it's still up in the air, but something really good needs to go in the way of the team of Ballers. They need to get a little bit of luck. Let's see if they can get it with this quad. So far, one of them's been gauntleted. Oh no, Avic's on the quad with Gauntlet. He gets a kill, but it's okay. It did go into the favor of them, but it's strength, and he gets taken down. And it's not what they wanted. A 25 or 23 point game now. Kreiser railing into red. That's going to be spawning in just a moment, doing huge damage onto Cypher as well.
That
looks really good still for the team of Machine. I can't see him slipping away in the next, you know, there's no real comeback in the next 30 seconds. They really need to count on one last quad, but I don't know if you're going to be able to make up that many frags.
Yeah, that was the most weaponless quad grab I've ever seen. A lot of gauntlet, a lot of MG, not much else. But 197, 178 once again. Kreiser is going to be popping on through, barely escaping through that teleporter in time to get away with 2 health. But right now, where is Kreiser heading? Well, going to be throwing off a rail against Strengths and coming back around. And again, just setting up and making sure that this room is open for his teammates to move on through. But it's going to be Cypher moving on through back towards the LG room. It's going to be Strengths. And look at all these weapons. It's Christmas in the lightning gun room. Everything except yellow. Actually, there it is. Wow, this is actually a good...
If he can get red, that's massive.
Yes.
Because that red... Oh my god, that red was actually taken by Draven. This is looking really good. All the armors on the map have been taken by the team of BallerSsS. So this is definitely their comeback chance. If they can get Cypher maybe onto this Mega, that would be nice too. But look at that, Noctis comes in, takes out one, takes out two, and he stops all those plans. And Mega's up as well. I did think that got taken by BallerSsS, but still, now this yellow's going to go to Noctis. The center red armor actually went to Sparty as he died, so that actually got nullified by the team of Machine as well. So it really is going to be down to the last quad. But still, you know, it's very doable for BallerSsS, and Cypher's hitting a couple of nice back-to-back railguns here.
Cypher has been very, very low on health a bulk of the time. I'm not looking at the KDRs right now. Actually, I can do that. Yeah,
11
Cypher,
frags.
Yeah. His death rate is really what's keeping him down. Like, he's got some really, really great aim.
No, Sparty took it with machine guns. But it might not be too bad. It depends what they can get off it. But Sparty, great play. I'm not sure where the other members of the team were. And it is, 1 minute game, and it is definitely on. We're going to see Noctis actually defending the LG area. He takes down one, he takes down two. Cypher's railing on a defense, but they've got 3 men in, as you can see here, onto the LG area. Cypher's still raiding though, and this could be, a chance to come back. 8 frags in it.
And Noctis and crew wanting to set up really strongly in the LG room. I mean, they've been more than free to leave it open before. Ooh, a team frag. That could actually help their case a little bit.
Yeah, and actually Cooler came in and railed one as well, as Strengths went in with just 100 health and 100 LG ammo, took almost a kill but then died. But unfortunately, these guys are just exchanging right now, and they need to just not exchange, and 2 of them are hiding down. Cooler gets 1, 2,
3 for 3.
and 3, but still, can he make up the 7 frags with his team? Cypher gets 1, there's 6 frags now, the difference. Cypher craters, Strengths does get Noctis. Draven's, he's got railgun shots, but he needs to, get a little bit more. Gets Kreiser, but I fear, too much now, and unfortunately, 7 frags the difference, 220 to 213. Very, very commendable effort there from the team of BallerSsS, to actually want to come back. But of course, I just feel that the amount of pressure and the amount of team synergy that they put onto the LG room, the fact that you never want to fight 1v2.
Yeah.
And it was so many times that these 1v2s were always in favor of the team of Machine, which in the LG area, and then they took what they had and obviously went to RA and went to Mega, and even if it was a 1v2, they were fighting against machine guns, and most of the time they didn't even have to leave to pick a fight. BallerSsS were coming in, but just not strong enough, unfortunately, because I felt they left one. If they came in with 1 more player every time, they would have had a better chance, but I felt like they left 2 guys behind and 2 guys went in. I feel they should have just left Draven behind, but I feel that Cooler was playing very similar to Draven, very defensive, and I feel like only one of them needed to play that role, because if they had Cooler do it, he likes taking red and he likes railguns kind of, but I feel Draven could have rushed a little bit more maybe, but it's hard with a pickup team to kind of get that synergy, but the synergy was definitely with Machine.
Definitely is, and you could see it paying off for Machine. And actually, it sounds like we're going to be taking a little bit of a break. But after that, we've got the other match of the playoffs coming right up.
Yep. So we'll see you in a moment. And it is, of course, going to be Ice Climbers from Europe versus UFX from America.